Yo. Chat. Whoa. What is going on here, my brother? 2-0. The gains. Chat, sorry man, I'm just gonna play. Wait, Chad, sorry man. So, just for all those donors yesterday, I just want to play you guys a little intro clip. We actually, remind me now when we start to chat, ask if there's any sound engineers here. But Chad, this is for you guys. Some of you don't understand Afrikaans, but if you do, wait, Kurt, baby. All right, Chad. Yeah, I just had to get that out of the system. Miles, so what we're gonna do now is we are actually gonna get that on a MIDI keyboard.
Okay.
And every time we hit a TP, that little part's gonna play.
Yay.
Yay, it's a legend.
What's up, Chad? How are we doing this morning? On this fine Tuesday. How are you doing, Chad? How are you doing?
Chad, do you guys approve of that? Yes, a legend. All of you guys are legends.
I think I'll be solid.
Chad, do we have any sound engineers in the building? Any sound engineers? I just want to ask one question before we pray here, before I forget. Let me just quickly bring this on, Miles. Sorry, man. I just want to get this off. I feel this is quite important. Chad, I'm specifically looking at this, and I want to note that this nanopad, the nanopad 2 from Korg, will we be able to assign like little sound bits to it? For instance, like the little horn, yes, a legend, all of that. Just let me know, because I don't want to buy this and it gets here and it's like, no, you can't do that. Do we have any sound engineers in the building? Please let me know. The Korg nanopad 2, please let me know if we can actually get this to play a specific sound that we upload to it. Alright, I don't know if we've got any sound engineers, but if we do, please let me know. Elgato Stream Deck may be an option. Ben, we need not potential, we checks a Stream Deck, bro. Stream Decks are hella expensive, my dude. Are you talking about... No, okay, no, but remember the Stream Deck, guys, is that just changes applications and scenes. We're talking about a sound bank. We don't want a Stream Deck. We want a sound deck. All right. So if you guys know, but anyways, Chad, let's get started here. New day. Yesterday, solid day. Today is another day. So let's just pray. We're not going to pray the Our Father. I want to do a specific prayer for all of you guys. So, Father, thank you for bringing us all back safely here. Thank you for bringing all of us together here. Father, thank you for the ability to do what we love. I pray that you will give myself and Miles and everyone listening here wisdom as we trade. I pray that you will give us insight. I pray that you will bless what we do here. You say in your word that which is blessed cannot be cursed. We stand on your word. Also stand on your word that says you shall provide every need according to your riches and your glory. So we just want to bring your word into accountants here today, Father, and we just want to thank you that you are with our families, our businesses, our finances. We pray your hand of protection. We pray the blood of Christ over that. And also we pray for a hedge of protection around us, our families, our businesses, our communities and our country. We pray this and we ask this not because we deserve it, but purely because you are patient, you've got mercy, and you've got grace for us that is new every single day. And we thank you for that, and we pray that in the mighty name of Jesus. And if you believe it, Chad, you can drop an amen right now in the chat.
Amen, man.
Amen. Amen. Beautiful, Chad. Sound engineers, you can use it for sounds. That's what the stream is. Checks, I don't know though, bro. I don't know. Stream deck. But yeah, let's see. Chad, straight into the economic calendar. Miles, anything you're looking at specifically this morning?
I might actually get a GJ set up really soon.
Sure, this man is quick, Chad. You can't play with this man. This man
We're in for the kill. We're in for the kill.
No, this man is always just ready to execute here. But anyways, you just keep me updated.
I got you.
All right.
Looking at this current 30 for some longs. I might get this right now, actually.
Bro, are you for real now?
Yeah, I'm super for real, dude.
Okay, Chad. 30-minute flip. What is that? GJ?
GJ. Type 4s.
Okay, Chad. Let me just get set up here.
Okay, in the meantime, on my screen. Yeah, perfect. In the meantime, guys, what I am looking at is, as you can see on the daily, I'm just going to do a quick little run through it just in case, she decides to press right now. So you're about 20 minutes away from London Open. What I'm noticing right now is, yes, we are bearish in the weekly, daily, and 4 hour. We have not closed above this highs over there, still remaining bearish for me. So yes, we can reject off this area, but if you look at the current candlestick anatomy, we are creating high highs and high lows within that structure. So the daily flip for me is obviously where price should continue to go. However, if we look at the current range that you are in on the 4 hour, right, trading from lows to highs, this is your consolidation area. With this current 4 hour engulfing, all I'm looking right now is to see that 4 hour re-break the highs, and then I can look for longs. On that 30 minute, you've got that closure above the current resistance, which is at that level 198624. You've got the 30-minute closure above. You then have your 5-minute retest over there, creating that support. All I want to see is that if price can drive away from this area and break the highs, I would love to take the position in anticipation that it's going to come and range trade this micro area, which is going to be lows to highs, lows to highs. That's all I'm looking for. So at the moment on this 30-minute, 15, and 5, because they're all aligning right now, if we can re-break the highs, I'm looking to take the position according to my strategy and my plan. This is not financial advice. This is purely just education. Please do go ahead and read that risk disclaimer. I am looking to take entries at 198761 for longs as a TP1 target and an overall TP of the current daily high for 23 pips. On the contrary, if it doesn't play out and we don't get the trade and this trade closes beneath here again, I'll be simply looking for type 3 shorts, which should be the reversal off of this area after resistance got broken, grab liquidity, close back beneath, retest it, and then look to short back down into this LTA. That is if we do not get this press right now. So the understanding of this is the simple idea that you already had highs. You then came and made new lows. To re-break the high, that is going to give away the position for me immediately, because that's going to show me that the momentum is there off of the price accumulation area, which is going to be 198624, and then I'm going to look to long it. So it's going to be one of those two for me right now, either taking these longs right now according to my plan and strategy, or waiting for that closure beneath, and then I'll take the shorts. As simple as that. Okay.
All right, Chad. Beautiful. What I do like about what Miles mentioned is, if you go on the 5-minute, there's your daily pivot. Contextually, we've already taken Asia lows. Asia highs are untested. That's your advantage point. There's your daily pivot. The 5-minute is literally battling it out there. So if this 5-minute closes bullish and it breaks this minus structure there, and the next 5-minute comes back, holds the retest on that daily pivot, you might see a drive away from it, because we've already, we came shy from there. So I like it. There's some key levels that it's trading off from. Big thing just to note that this is currently the pre-market high. All right. So I'm not saying that this is going to be the high now before market opens, but just be aware that it needs to see a lot of volume as it drives into that new high. Something similar to this little formation here. Go back on the 5, you see that little accumulation there. Once it broke that session high, boom, volume. So you want to see exactly this. You want to see exactly that when it breaks here again. You want to see that volume push up. If you don't get that and you push up and you start struggling here at that pre-market high, that is trouble. All right, but I do like it. So going straight into the calendar, I think we're just going to do a little split screen here because Miles is already getting his iron heart there for the trade. Nothing much this morning, Chad. So it is NFP week. It is the end of the month. Things are going to start trading a little bit weird closer to the end of the week. But we only have some very, very low tier pound data. And then a little bit later, we've got jolts. We've got some bond auctions and all of that. So relatively straightforward day. Going straight into the DXY for me. Chad, are you guys happy with us doing it this way? Because obviously we just want to make sure you guys get the most value bang for your buck here. Are you guys happy with that? Just give me a 1 if you guys are happy with this. Please let me know. All right, so you guys are happy with that. Chad, so I'm going to go through my analysis so long.
Okay, that's me in GJ. Just executed there, boys.
Okay.
All right. Orders are active. Okay, so that's my trade for this morning. I have taken entry 198,761 according to my plan and my strategy. I have a 25 pip stop loss. I am basing it off of the previous 15-minute low. I'm not too phased if it breaks the current low because there's liquidity there. However, it's going to be breaking that previous low. I wouldn't want to be in the position. Okay, and then my take profit 1 will be that 10 pip mark, and then overall TP is going to be the current daily high in anticipation that it can actually break that this morning. Let's see about that. And then also the matter of the fact is, if it's not going to be breaking those highs, liquidity lies where? Liquidity lies right there, potentially there. Okay, so that's what I'm looking to tap into this morning. So let's see.
All right, Chad. DXY, there's your trade with Miles. DXY yesterday closing bearish up against that key level. We spoke about it on the daily. Let me just see what you guys are seeing. Give me a second. All right, there's a DXY, a little bit of a double top. There's that key level we spoke about. And now my expectation is with that failure to close above there, I'm expecting us to go to the bottom of the range. So I'm relatively bearish on the day for the dollar. All right, daily for me is bearish with the idea that we've got some type of double top formation there on top. Then on the lower time frame, what do we have here? We've got a nice Asia range here. There's your daily pivot. There's your EQ. 200 EMA here. So this is a little bit tricky for me. And I say tricky for the following reason is that all of this here, this grayed out block, that is all resistance. And if the dollar is going to go bullish, it needs to hold above that. But what makes it tricky for me is that we're holding the 200. All right. The 200 is quite a big, significant level that we need to hold above or below for continuation. So if we continuously reject the next line of defense for the bulls is this 200, and once they give that up, Asia lows easy. All right. US 30 daily time frame, Chad, yesterday, massive key level. I actually broke this down for you guys, and I told you guys yesterday that this could be the fake out. And I said if price can hold above that level, we can see price push bullish. That is actually where the cracker traded from yesterday. So for today, I'm still going to be neutral for two reasons. Yesterday was an inside close. Yesterday's daily candle didn't take a previous daily high or low. It's just inside of that daily candle. So I want to see if we can break the previous daily high. That's going to be super bullish for me if we can break the previous daily high and hold above it. There was your cracker trade yesterday, and price just ranged after that, straight off that key level there. And today we still have that key level. We're now at Asia highs above the daily pivot. And I want to see if we can do one of two things. Hold above Asia highs, firstly. And then secondly, if we can hold the daily pivot. This happened quarter to 8. We held the daily pivot 200. I know some of you guys don't sleep and some of you are already in. So the idea would be the daily R1 all the way up there. I know some of you are assassins. You just sit there in the morning, you wait for these pivots and you see it and you execute. Beautiful entry happened quite early this morning. So now what you want to see is Asia highs. But other than that, Asia highs will be the level that we want to monitor. Nasdaq daily time frame. Let's check what we've got on the daily. We've got a range. All right. So yesterday failing to hold above that key level. This is ranging, guys. So if we cannot get above this key level here and we reject there again today, where do we go to next? We're going to these lows of the range. Okay. So that low of the range is going to be where we're going to next. What do we have on the lower time frames? We've got Asia lows barely nipped, and then we've got Asia highs taken. There's your daily pivot. So very simple, 2 zones that I want to monitor is Asia highs and then your daily pivot up here. So nice tight little range for us to monitor. Gold, let's check gold on the daily. Yesterday I mentioned to you guys as well, gold is just bullish and it's just a case of how do you get in on gold. It's super bullish. We're now starting to break outside of this range, and if we can hold outside of this range, we're going for new highs again. I think there's a lot of uncertainty going on with the geopolitical front, and then also with the elections coming up in 6 or 7 days, if I'm not mistaken. And there you can see it, that flat body resistance area, beautiful test off that level. There's your daily R1. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is your yearly R4. Let me just check here. Chat, give me 1 second. Yearly R4, correct. So this is your yearly R4. This is where we previously rejected from. You guys can see. So the case now is, can we hold above it, or is this the end of this little run? So 2 zones that I want to monitor. Obviously that key zone there. Let's do this, that key level there. And then secondly is this entire zone here. All right. So 2 zones to monitor for gold. And then if we can hold there bullish, and then the previous weekly high and Asia highs is going to be, and the daily R2, this is going to be a massive battle zone. So we've got quite a few zones to monitor for gold. All right. Then GBP USD on the daily is still very messy. I think this is like some of your first really serious relationships, when you just reached puberty and you got into your first serious relationship. That's when you started doing those CDs like, hey liefie, luister track 3 in 7, dink aan my. This is that part of your journey as a youngster. But anyways, took the previous daily high and low, closed the ab roller candle. I'm still neutral on the day. I'm going to get some context on the lower time frame. As mentioned, I am bearish on the day for the DXY. So very simple here. We've got this zone right here. So if we can hold above the daily pivot, Asia highs can stay intact and we can start trading away from here. I can see a potential bullish drive. Okay, so those are my 2 zones. And then GJ on the daily for me is bullish. All right, and the reason I say it's bullish is because it closed bullish. Why would I sell into a bearish sell into a bullish day? And also the order flow is bullish. We still have that little gap, unfortunately. No top wick on this daily candle, which is also a very good idea that it can still create a top wick. And then also, if I go on the lower time frames, I was eyeing this actually when I got to the office this morning when we did Edge segment, and I was like, beautiful. Contextually for the Project G, I almost wanted to say Project 2 guys. For the Project G members, you know contextually what we expect after we've done this and after we've come back into the Asia range. Again, guys, all of these concepts, you can develop strategies, multiple strategies for yourself around it. There was your fake out below, closed back in the Asia range. Where are we going to next? Asia highs, okay? Asia highs is the next target. There's your bullish engulfing on the 5 minute. There's your daily pivot. There's your nice bottom wick. There's your drive. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. The way that we are driving now is not the best. You would want to see price really gain some volume to the upside. 15 minute, let's check here. We've got 8 minutes to go. 15 minute candles are getting smaller, Chad. We have to be very cognizant of that since we started driving. You can see that the bottom wicks and top wicks are getting bigger. So you want to actually see a rebreak of this 15 and you just want to see a drive, and then it can still flip bearish. But you don't want to see any pauses here. If it starts to pause like this at a session high, that is sticky. But I like the buys. There's your daily pivot. I like it. It's just a case of once markets open, are we going to chop here a little bit, or is it going to go straight for that goal line at Asia highs? Did I miss anything? USD franc for Hanu. Let's do USD franc here for Hanu. USD franc back in the range. I would expect if we cannot get above this level, yeah, Hanu. Is Hanu in the chat? Where Anu is there, beautiful. Anu, there's that range. So we broke back inside of the range. So I would expect us now, if we reject there, to continue lower. But we also came very close to those lows. So I'm going to go with a little bit of a neutral outlook on USD franc, Anu. And then also if I'm looking contextually, there's your weekly pivot. There's that upper end resistance. There's your Asia highs. So if we can hold above these Asia highs and hold above that 200 and get above this weekly pivot, we can see a potential bullish drive. Otherwise, the other side of the coin is if we start coming back into the Asia range, then we can go and test Asia lows. So for this morning, what you're going to see is we will be playing in between these two ranges. And from there, your breakout could occur. All right, Chad, that is my... Yo, it feels long, that analysis.
That was a nice thorough one. Okay, boys, so still just in the straight, hovering around that BE point. No management on the position as of yet. I'm still going to just allow it to play out. The only area that we are obviously struggling with is this liquidity zone right there. But once we can get above that, we should be good and styling all the way to our take profit.
What do you do, for instance, now in a case where you've opened up a trade and you're heading into the open?
Ek hou vas.
Hou jy vas?
Ek hou
Hou net
vas,
vas aan die rand.
Hou net vas, John. Trust the analysis and be patient. I always tell the guys, like, there's a reason why I took the trade in the beginning. So there's no point in just jumping out for no reason. If there's technical reason that you can see, okay, you know what, price is not going our way, we're stuttering, it's just not happening, then you can, manage the position and either close half or close full or whatever. But for me at this point, there's nothing that's suggesting that.
Do you sometimes put that song on? Yay! Yes, a legend.
No, but we had this thing, like when I did private sessions with the MFX members, I had this thing where we would be maybe in gold buys or GJ buys and we're waiting there, and then Darren would say, play that song, and we know what song it is. It's that song that,
I'm gonna
don't
get
you
that
know,
song.
pump it up. You know that song? That's that one. And then literally the market starts going up, dude.
Okay, Chad, I'm gonna get the song ready. This is gonna be our official TP song. I need to get that MIDI keyboard.
I think that's going to be class. So at the moment, guys, I'm literally holding my position. No bottom wick on the 5. It's probably going to come down a bit. But it's no reason for me to close the position as of yet.
Chad, yeah, as mentioned, the reason why we're doing USD franc for Anu is we're busy testing the neural net. So we are busy forward testing the neural net now. I am getting those additional rules to you during today. It's big on my list. So we are testing the neural net, and it's just a case of there's still some manual intervention that we're doing to maybe put it off, maybe put it on, and then just so you guys know why we're doing USD franc. It's currently being run on USD franc, just purely for the lack of volatility that USD franc has got, while we forward test and tweak and do all of the rest. All right, Chad, 2 minutes. How's GJ's hourly gonna close?
I just want to see how the close is gonna happen right now.
Strong hourly.
Look, I'm gonna anticipate the retest, but you'll see where my stop is at a point where if it's gonna break the low, I don't want to be in it. Because if it breaks that low, this is actually giving me a type 3 setup. So for now, I don't mind if price comes. Where's this? I don't mind if price comes down, retests, and then pops off. I don't mind that. But if it starts breaking these lows, I don't want to be in the position. And to understand why there is a stutter is because of that error right there. So for me, the ultimate close right now is going to be weak bearish. Reason being, that's going to be a pause and a resistance that's created. The next candle, I then want to create a bottom wick and start flipping and driving. That will be another engulfing on that 15. So that's how I wanted to close on the 15, is a weak bearish candle. That would be stunning.
Yes,
actually.
Chris, we're already in a Ryan Brown. Beautiful. Chad, 1 minute. 1 minute. Geopolitical headlines. Israeli PM Netanyahu is currently focused on finding any possible solution which could result in a deal via AJ Breaking, looking into possible changes to the hostages negotiating team. Iran plans to raise its military budget by 200%. Let's just see other geopolitical news. Yedioth Aronoth reports ongoing talks for a settlement in Lebanon are at an advanced stage, with U.S. envoy Hochstein leading these efforts and plans to visit Israel and Lebanon, according to Sky News Arabia. Then also, Pentagon suffers from shortage of air defense missiles due to growing demand and fears running out of interceptor missile stockpile. Israeli defense minister said the Israeli forces' targeting of Iranian radars and air defense systems will help Israel if it decides to launch a new attack on Iran. So quite a bit of geopolitical headlines coming through here early hours of the morning. Also, Axios reported that Israel agreed to a temporary ceasefire, but a must once a halt that leads to irreversible Israeli steps. All right, Chad, markets are open and in motion, baby. This is the official round 3. Ding, 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 ding. Fight. Oh, damn, did I miss a donor here, Chad? Give me 1 second. My YouTube is frozen here. Sorry guys, just want to see I missed
Yeah, I didn't get the notification as well.
Huh?
I didn't get it as well.
Yeah, I think my chat is frozen, yeah. Chat, where did I miss a dono? I saw a dono, yeah. Why can't I see the dono? Chat, please raise your hand if you dropped the dono. I can't see the dono at
me too.
all.
I can't see it.
But I see there was a 50 Rand dono. Where did I miss it? Oh, it was Stofie. Stove, I see it now. Stove. Big shout out to Stove. Absolute ledge of a man. Stofie,
My guy.
appreciate it. Thank you for that
My
dono.
guy.
I love that. Prepping the fields for the rain. Planting seeds, paying it forward. Awesome, Stove.
Okay, guys, I'm just going ahead and
Massive.
managing my. Sorry there, Chris. I'm just going ahead and manage my position. Wait a minute. You know what, guys? I'm going to break even right there. We are per pit away from TP1. I'm just going to close some positions out here. That's 9.9 pips. I'm not going to lose or even take a break even because it couldn't get 0.1 pips. That's 9.9 pips right there. And that's a TP smack on the bum. GG's. Well done. Just another day in office.
Bro, what is the sexual rigmarole? This
Stunning, boys.
tapping on the bums and...
I don't know. It's just a thing.
No, I'm kidding.
Let's go. Let's go. Doubles in the chat. GJ killed once again. Let's go.
On a stretcher.
That's we're getting those paponies.
Chat, look at that.
Let's go, man.
Daily pivot.
Let's go.
You don't believe in the pivots, so you're still fighting the pivots.
I'm still fighting.
I'm kidding. So Chad, look at this. There's your daily pivot for the guys that trade with us. There was your retest. There's your break. There's your Asia highs. There's a reason why price is rejecting there. That's your Asia highs. So as we mentioned beforehand, that is how you can trade different strategies, but we all still do the same thing.
Yep.
It's just a matter.
I think you did explain it to me on Monday, on last week Wednesday.
But again, it just shows you there's no right or wrong.
Yeah, no.
You can go now and say, Miles, you are wrong, and I'm right, and it's like, dude, we're doing the same thing.
For sure, yeah.
It's the same thing. No, well done, Miles. That is on the bum.
On the
On the border. Oh, Chad, wait. What are we doing? Chad, we are playing games here. Let's get serious here.
Being able to provide quick and
Let's get serious here. Not with the ads. Absolutely horrific. But Miles. There you go, Chad. That's one is for Miles, baby. Dude, that's gonna make me want to hit a lot of TPs.
Hey, that's motivation. I just want to be ek wil 'n legend wees.
Hey, Chad. I have to get Chad. Any sound engineers in the chat as of yet? Please let me know. Please let me know. Any sound engineers? Please let me know. We wanna get that Korg mini desk MIDI. So if you guys can let us know, we literally just want one button that will play that. Yeah. Ernest. Sit back, relax, my brother. So just relax, my dude. These streams are free. We're not holding you hostage to be here. Take the good. It's like a steak. You don't have to eat the bone. Take some of the meat and keep it moving, please, my brother. Let's keep it positive here. All right. So we acknowledge you. If it's not for you, there's enough resources here. Go !Discord. Join some of the other sessions. It's not every style of trading is for you. If it's not for you, great. All right.
When was the last time I took a loss, actually? I can't remember.
Yeah, Ernest, no stress, my brother. But so keep it positive. Your opinion matters if you bring a good opinion. But yeah, let's keep it civil. Let's keep it clean.
Risk $1,000 to make 300. How do you know how much I risk? I don't risk $1,000, dude. That's child's play. Main thing, boys, just focusing on your own bag, and whatever strategy you do, as long as it's making you money, that's good.
Yeah, Chad, we don't, Miles, you don't have to entertain any of that. Chad, like we said, positive criticism. You can ask a question. You can say, Miles, why do you do that? Miles, I've told you guys multiple times why it goes for negative RR. You can sit here, you can critique it, you can take, like we said, you can take a lot away from the wins. You can take a lot away from the losses as well. Ultimately, these streams are completely free. We're not holding anybody hostage. You're not paying for any of this. So please, guys.
$3.99.
Yeah.
I still feel like GG can come tapping the liquidity because if you look at that 4 hour, guys, a major level for me, which actually just broke now, is understanding that the 4 hours in a range. I think this is something you love. Oopsie. There's something you love doing as well, Chris, is the range. You're coming from that range low to that range high.
Oh, yeah.
Where's the liquidity? Liquidity is at the current daily high. So I'm quite sure about that.
No, Ernest, I understand, but here's the thing though. A lot of guys feel that there's a right and a wrong, and you wanna. And I'm not saying it's you. I'm just saying that guys want to dig into somebody, and the thing is, it's not about what's right or what's wrong. It's about the end of the day being positive. I've said it so many times. There's not a right or wrong way of trading. There's thousands of ways of just grabbing your little piece of the market. And I think people want to stereotype trading like there's a right way and there's a wrong way. And that is the thing. There's not a right and a wrong way. There's either you losing every month or you winning every month. And we need to expand our minds to the point where we can say, listen here, I don't like Miles taking 10 pips. That is not for me. And it's like, I will never ever do that. And you don't have to. And then it's a case of how do you get into your groove with the market? What works for you? What works for your personality, your lifestyle? But we can't stereotype trading strategies. Jakes, I do to a point, but I've come to realize that order flow, for the most part, is more important than the 80. But in most cases, the 80 do line up.
What is
with
it, 80?
It's a accumulation distribution,
Okay.
so it shows you net buyers and sellers. So in this case, for instance, the 80 is super bullish, so there are more buyers on GJ than there are sellers.
You didn't take that GJ though?
No, I took it.
You take it. Nice. How much pips?
No, 10.
10 is 10?
10 is 10.
Beautiful.
On
my
400
brother.
lots, 10. Stream Deck, Chris, Dynanopad gaan nie werk wat jy wil doen nie. Stofie, what do you suggest? We don't want to spend millions on it. What do you think, Stof?
Are you listening to this song? Like back in the day, I don't know how many people can
That
remember.
phone, and you keep it close
Yeah.
to you. Even now, if I hold my phone close to the sound desk,
Really?
it's, yeah,
Hectic.
it'll be like get away from the radio.
That was like the
the
Nokia
radio.
ringtone.
Chris, definitely, 100%. Now, Ernest, I think the big thing is you gotta find what is gonna work for you as a trader. That is ultimately. Did you get break even on your runners?
Yeah. So
Okay.
but I closed majority at 80, at 10 pips anyway.
Okay. You just gotta find your stride, man. It's
So it's a nice 10 pip move for me. Like I said, guys, liquidity for me lies at current daily high. So this liquidity area is more than likely where we're going to tap into. But with a situation like this, where you have that level of support right there, there's no confirmation candle above it yet, just an engulfing. We could still reject, and that is why at that 10, I closed majority of my position. But this was that setup that I liked while we were running. I told you guys I want that bearish candle to form. It did that. Next candle made a little peeperkey of a wick and then started to drive up, engulf everything. And that is why we're pressing like this. This is a stunning setup for me.
oh, the song is actually.
It's like it's bringing that static on. It's actually it's kicking.
Chad, quite a nice bumpy on GU as mentioned. am bullish because I'm bearish on the dollar. Only thing is no real retest here on the daily pivot or the EQ. We haven't taken Asia lows. Very, very interesting here for me. There's that key level. So I'm just going to have to wait. This is that opening range being formed. GJ, beautiful. There's your daily pivot. Next setup that could be a massive one on GJ is this little block here, Chad. This little block here. That is where the majority, and I think my zone and Miles' zone is exactly the same. I'm just using the weekly R1 and the 199 institutional level. But if we hold above that, that could be a nice drive. And on the other side, Miles, if we reject there, that gap is still open from Sunday.
Type 3s.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. Especially at this area. This is a very, very important area. Where the current daily high is a super important area for me. It's at that far resistance. This is a pinnacle level for me. So, I mean, if we can reject there, all we're going to do is just range trade it once again. And that's back down. And my thing is this, like with such a strong convicting 4-hour candle, if we're going to close in that liquidity, I want to see that as rejection again. That candle is super strong. So for me, this 4-hour needs to break this area for me to start taking on that lower time frame above this level. Because I'm also see this as tapping into liquidity and start driving further down.
Hey, Jordan, you're the Sahara speakers, my dude. That you got with your PC.
Keys is here, brother. I just got a 10.
That is Keeks. Keeks went for a 10. Yeah, that is Keeks.
Wait. Hey, Chad, how we doing? Is that right?
Wait, but it's your life.
Is that right? I think I got I think I got the Keegan impression right. I think I got it.
Wait, Chad, wait, I have to show them. So, here behind me is the Player 23 setup. So there's a full trading desk there. So we're just waiting for the webcam. So we've got Keegs, if he wants to join in with the London session, we're gonna go over to the Player 23 cam.
Sick.
So we'll always have like 3. The big thing is there's even going to be days where I'm going to switch with Keegan if I've got a busy day, and I might sit there in the Player 23 corner. And if I want to say something, you're still part of the stream, and there's going to be a mic hooked up there. But yeah, Keegs is the captain of the NYSE session. And yeah.
So like at this point, you just should go and tap the liquidity for me. That 15 close bullish.
Yeah, it's holding above Asia highs. Yeah,
it should start driving, boys. You're above that range now as well.
DXY chat. Let's have a look here. Alrighty, you see there, chat. DXY rejecting that zone beautifully, and now it is a case of getting below this 200. So big battle of the bulls and the bears going on there. US 30, like I said, very interesting that Asia lows are still untapped and we're taking Asia highs, so a little bit of a fake out there. Now the next battle is going to be right here, and US 30, that is your next battle level here. Alright, and then Nasdaq, let's check Nasdaq. There's your Asia highs, there's your 200, there's your daily pivot. It's going to be very important what we do at Asia highs. And then gold is now in that zone. Yeah, it's just ranging, so we're going to need to see what we do at these two zones here. And again, very similar to what we talked about last time. All of these headlines coming out. Let's just go here quickly. All of these headlines coming out through the course of the morning. And immediately the algorithms react to it, because a lot of these algorithms are set on keywords and headlines. And now it's a case of, all right, it's maybe it's not as bad. Let's digest the news. Let's see what's happening with the news, and then they'll take it from there. All right, Anu, there you can see weekly pivot currently holding. There's that daily zone. So if we can get above here, we can see a nice continuation to the upside. Chad, dude, yeah, here's the thing. What I think sometimes people forget is that a 1-to-1 is a 1-to-1. If you risk 1 pip and you make 1 pip, it's a 1-to-1. If you risk 5 pips and you make 5 pips, it's a 1-to-1. If you risk 100 and you make 100, and you don't need 4,000 pips a month. I've shown you guys on the spreadsheet. Let me just get it here again. Let me just get it again. I've shown you guys on the spreadsheet. This is how I tackled full-time trading for myself. This is how, and even I think I need to do a series on personal finance, because even last night I was chatting to my wife, and a lot of people don't actually know how to manage their own finances. Let's quickly ask the question, Chad. How many of you have actually sat down and you've done a personal budget? How many of you have actually sat down and you've literally listed all of your expenses? You've gone through every little thing and you've gone through your expenses. How many of you have done that? Give me a 1 in the chat if you have done your own little personal budget. Okay, some of you have done it. It's most probably the most simple thing that nobody does. And I can tell you, yep, 50% of my funds, I have no idea where it went. There's the thing. So the first thing that I suggest, and this is not financial advice, please guys, we will get to the point where we will give financial advice and we will say that this is financial advice, but this is purely for educational purposes. This is personal finance. I'm not suggesting you invest into anything or make use of anything. You need to sit down and you need to actually see what is your expenses. Go list them. Say this is every little thing. And then you need to say, okay, there is my mountain that I need to climb. To get to full-time trading, I need to make 101,000 Rand a month. Do your tax, whatever, and see what gross amount you need to make. Then what you need to do is, everything in life, my mom always said, Sien, hoe maak jy 'n olifant gaar stukkie vir stukkie? We tend to want to take this big thing and consume it all in once, and it's that thing of little by little. Just take it step by step. And then mentally for yourself, instead of having that big monthly requirement, break it down into a daily requirement. So for me, for instance, 102,000 Rand a month, and if I go to the USD ZAR calculator, 5,075, so that is $285 per day, or it is 25k per week. So what is 25k per week? That's $1,400. Okay. Then I break it down to, okay, that is my requirement. How much do I? 60 pips is realistic. That is basically 15 pips a week. That is 3 pips daily. So if you go I'm not saying go for a daily target. I'm just breaking it down mentally so that you can step it in your mind. So 60 pips per month. Miles, do you think that is doable? Full TP, 60
Easy.
Pips. Okay.
Easy.
So 60 pips per month, and then I work it back and I say, okay, I need to make 101,000 Rand a month. I need to be trading 9.73 lots. And how much do I need in my trading account? I only need 203,000 Rand in my trading account. And why do I only need that? Because that is just to maintain my margin. So for me to open up that lot size there, that is my margin requirement. That is the capital required. So if I go on a 4 trade losing streak, because I will be risking 25k per trade, and I will be making 25k per trade. If I go on a 4 trade losing streak, that I still have sufficient margin in my account to still continue trading. And once you've done this, and once you know what your expenses are, and you know what your goal is, then you can start working towards it. But otherwise, you just have this mental idea of what you need. You don't really know. That's how I burned my fingers when we got married. I was thinking in the back of my head, we can get married. Chad, we struggled. Financially, after the first month, I was still like, I'm going to get DSTV, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that. After the first month, DSTV is gone, my bro. Get that little Indian bucket for 160 Rand because they said there were 2 sports channels, only Indian channels, Chad, and Sports Blitz. So yeah, you gotta do that. Otherwise, and once you do that, you actually realize that, bro, I'm actually spending more money than I'm getting in. And then you realize, listen, I'm actually not financially alright. Like that thing that I was buying last month, that is not on. So we're gonna actually do a little series on personal finance. Hey, Amina, you also had it. Tough times. Love Indian people, but the Indian bucket on DSTV it's tough scenes. Yeah, Nazam, always. Morning, Nila. Hope you are well, my brother. But Chad, once you've broken it down to a level where you can now start to like build towards it, it just feels better. Otherwise, your goal seems so big and you don't have steps to achieve it. And everything is about taking it step by step. Babylon wasn't built in a day. Do yourself a favor, very, very simple book, 27 pages, Richest Man in Babylon. Go read it. It is a very, very good book. And these are some of the concepts. Let me just get it to you. Here's the thing. Richest Man in Babylon. Okay, I don't want to give it away for you, but all of the stuff that's mentioned in Richest Man in Babylon is how to ensure that you can create wealth for yourself. It's very simple concepts. There's like 7 concepts in the entire book. And all of those concepts are very, very good.
You know what's looking very interesting for me there, Chris, is shorts on gold, closure beneath the current QP level.
Shorts on gold.
Yeah. Closure beneath the current QP level.
Oh, yeah, I already broke that key level I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's that 200.
So I'll wait for the next 4 minutes and then see after that if there's a possible setup.
Yeah,
Nice.
GJ is currently holding Asia highs.
How far are we from that? Let me check. Yeah, boys, there's that level that we anticipated to be tested right there.
Just zoom lucky in there.
There's
to
that
the
level
right.
right there, boys. As anticipated, boys, The biggest question I always ask myself every day when looking for positions is, in order for price to move, what is the zone that needs to be tapped into for it to get liquidity so it can continue with the momentum? A big part of it is going to be using it to my advantage by understanding I can trade into it, number one, because it needs the liquidity, and I can trade from it because it has the liquidity. In today's case, if it was to sell off, is it going to sell off at a random place? It's not going to. It's more than likely to sell off in an area after it grabs liquidity. And that was this level, 198, 950. So in that case, because my 30-minute was bullish, the sentiment overall was bullish, I could trade into that in anticipation that I can tap into the liquidity, and from there can either continue driving further up or reject and drive down and sell off because there's liquidity. But for me, it didn't matter. The main thing there was, where was the liquidity that needed to be grabbed, and it's where price is right now. So that's what a system I trade a lot to gauge upon that idea that we could continue driving, and there we just tapped that level now. Why I went to that BE point was because of my my risk management rule. Regardless of where it is, 10 pips for me is a break even. Instantly, once I hit that 10 pip mark, I go to break even. That's just my strategy. But there we tapped into the level now. From this point, we can continue driving further or start setting up for possible type 3 shorts. And then what I'm looking at on gold right now is, check this daily out. So this daily is clearly struggling at the quarter of level right there. Okay, you've got your current daily low so tight right there, trading off of that all-time highs. This essentially is a range. This music sounds like I'm in some Matrix movie or some Jet Li vibe. I don't know what's going on. So the current daily low flip for me will definitely be giving us the idea that you're trading from the range high to range low, right? Popping into that 4 hour. Once again, you are breaking their previous 4 hourly lows after creating a large high. Re-breaking the current low would give me the idea that I could continue driving further down. So that is what I would then look for. On that 30 minute, you are in a range, but with the understanding that if I can close beneath the level for something like this. You know what this song is actually like? For those that have watched like all the movies back in the 2000s, like your Fast and Furious 1, your Triple X. I don't know, I'm getting this vibe. Like all the scenes where they're like at clubs, this is that vibe. So for a closure like that, in the next 10 seconds, price to tap in and start driving away from the area, this would be that short for me. I would see that as that short. And then if price doesn't close beneath, obviously, it wouldn't be the setup that I want. But okay, like that. Price did not close beneath that 30 minute. Let me just double check that sentiment on 30. You see that 30 minutes still bearish, just by the way. 30 minutes still bearish. So in this fact, if I can start getting price to close beneath, I'll actually use this candle as a wick fill. 5 minute support formed, resistance is possibly forming. The rebreak of the lows would make me want to short it. Gold is actually sitting up quite nicely. And then on the contrary, you can also do type 3s. If this can start engulfing like that, gives you that bottom wick over there.
So we can trade another scene there.
And then the next one to just pop in and start driving off. And then essentially what you're doing is literally just range trading. So it's one of the two for me. But gold starting to set up very nicely. Looks good. Looks good. Yep, there GJ just popped through that level. Just as anticipated.
What is GU? Oh, yeah, GU didn't give me 30 minute closed bullish already breaking 15. Yeah, guys, GU is pretty tough here. For the simple reason, there's your test. So your daily pivot and EQ held, but now we're trading into that major daily key level. All right, you see all of those wicks. So I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait and see what we do here. All right, so NFP week, GJ for me is cleaner. If we get above here, Chad, GJ is gone.
Checking that same thing.
And this is very similar to the setup we saw yesterday. So I know a lot of you ate that GJ trade that I shared before the stream ended, that 200 EMA. Here it was yesterday. Key level. There was your daily pivot was there. There was a nice minor break. Your daily S1 was somewhere down here. So similar to what we had here. Look at all of this. I want to show this to you guys. See all of that liquidity build up. Not even liquidity. You can just see a lot of reaction off that level. So once we fail to bounce there again, you could expect this thing to drive the other way. Now look at it on the other side of the coin. This morning now, look to your left. Look at all of this, all of that rejection into this zone. So now, if we can get through it, you're gonna see this. What happened here is just basically gonna mirror here. And there's your previous daily high, and that's your next pool of liquidity is previous daily highs and lows. And how we trade around that previous daily high and low is also going to determine how strong GJ is actually going to trade for the rest of the day, because that's where it can finally reverse and just go into a range day or completely melt off. But right here, this is the zone where big level, two big levels. And then GU as well. So GU also a little tough here this morning. Some knee-jerk positions. And then gold now looking like it wants to come back here. Holding that 200. Very interesting. Very interesting. Like I said, if we can hold these two zones here, you could see something bullish start to develop here on gold. NAS, alright, NAS holding previous daily low. Again, chat, these are just levels you can draw yourself if you don't have the project G indicator. It's just a previous daily low. It's a key level. Previous daily low, previous daily high. Key levels to monitor. US 30 holding that daily EQ. That's also something Keegan has shared with you guys in depth, the daily EQ. And now holding above the 200 DXY. Okay, remember what I said. That's your first battle there. Bulls lost that one. Now it's a case of, are the Bulls going to lose this one? Yeah, 200. That is the last battle. And then Anu, for you, this is that zone for USD franc. Daily pivot. Weekly pivot. If it cannot break through here, it might come all the way back down lower. Alright, here's GJ. Let's see if we can just get a little bit of a halt, a retest. And I will take this position. Just purely based off how massive this level is. And your daily R1 is all the way there, so we've already tested daily pivot.
What's your target there?
On this trade, I would easily go, if we can hold something nice and tight here, about a 40 pip target. The only thing is that previous daily high is going to be the level that if we cannot get through it, I think it's cooked for the week.
Gold also starting to set up for that reversal now. Close like this will be a type 3 trade, but the idea is a type 2. I like it. Picasso.
Coming back in the range.
This range ready.
What do you want to see on entry confirms? Little resistance or 15?
15 engulfing like this, so pretty much how it is right now.
Yeah.
15 engulfing.
Bottom wick, break of the eyes.
Yes, sir. As simple as that. Depending on how large this wick is. If this wick is quite large, I'll do the flip of the next candle. But if it closes a bit higher, deeper like that, then I'll do the break of the highs. Because we've got the support level now. This wick over here, if it closes above there, this wick is giving the whole game away. That means all those sellers that got in because they just marked to sell, they're out. And that is now time for us to then start involving ourselves.
The only thing on that 15 that I don't necessarily like, and I can be wrong, is that all the previous times, look on the 15 when we bounced, look at the bullish candle. The bullish candle took the previous low there as well. So that for me, but in this case now, I see what you're saying with that wick. But now my only thing is that this candle didn't take that wick. But now you can counter argue that this liquidity was taken enough with that candle.
For sure, yeah.
But I love, for instance, when that happens. It's very similar to what you. It's just now in a 2-candle formation, Chad, where you get that little liquidity sweep. And now it's just using this entire range here, and you can argue that that is your liquidity sweep, that nice big push there.
And then on just while you're on your screen on GJ, what you looking for 5 close?
So GJ, ideally, what I want to see is just a little pause, something similar to what we had here. I just want to see a little pause there, come back where we actually get some retest similar to that. Pause, retest, and then a minor break, and then I'll go for it. Because the thing now is that this is breaking above, but as we all know, this is not confirmed
for sure
up until we retest it. So this thing can just run now, because that daily pivot is that was your anchor point, and this thing can just run if it wants. But if it does give us a little pause, a little break, comes back, retest that 199, even on this 15 maybe, 15 close, deep pullback into the zone or not, or it can just run away.
At what point it is gone, but at what point do you say, okay, this is too far for me now, I'd rather not take it?
So for my positions, if this is my key zone that I want to trade from, if it's more than 7 pips away, then I consider it gone.
Okay.
Because my stops are 20 on, 10 pips. My stops are 20 on GJ pairs. So if it's more than half of my stop, then I don't have any room to manage the trade. So,
and then your room that you run into is a specific pip increment you're looking for?
20.
Okay.
20. Always 20 on GJ. I've changed GU now because there's not that much volatility, so I'm going with a 10 stop, a 10 target, just to maintain that 1-to-1.
Yeah. And then let's say, for example, on your left hand side, the room of play to go into is less than 20. Let's say it's 13 pips. Would you still take the position?
Yeah. Because with that idea, here's 2 things for me now. That liquidity we spoke about, where it was just a reverse. So I always chat to the guys and I say anything that looks too clean for a retail trader that trades support and resistance, it is most probably too clean and they will get rammed. Because my younger self, when I started trading, I think you as well, Miles, we look at this and it's like, we're going to sell this.
Yeah.
Look at all that rejection, super strong. And us as experienced traders know that is just liquidity. You're gonna get rammed, and there you can see it. So what I told you guys, what's gonna get mirrored was what you saw here, will most probably get mirrored here. So 2 things for me here is firstly the daily pivot held, so very likely we'll go to the daily R1, and then secondly also there's that previous daily high level, which is a level that on a daily time frame, Chad, we've spoken about it. How do reversals happen? Reversals happen in one of 3 patterns, and it's not that I'm a pattern trader. It is just simple price action that I want to show you guys. All that this is a rejection at the range high, and it will go now to the range low. All that this is a failed breakout where price broke out. It got the buyers excited and the retest failed. This could have also just looked something like this, where it broke out, held the resistance as support. And then this one is just purely a lack of any volume to go to the upside. And you'll see then this little section here actually starts to print internal bearish order flow. So for us, we would somewhere look here for that break of structure where we failed to continue higher. So that is literally the only way that price will reverse. And the reason why price will always reverse in this type of double top formation is that while price is bullish, it will create a higher low, which is this one here. And then when it fails to create a higher high, this is what happens. And this is that consolidation period before either just staying in a range to continue up. This will actually form a range to reverse and do something like that. So that's why I say trading is just ranges, range expansions, range consolidations, and if this, then that. If this, then that, and that's how simple trading really is. But I'm seeing I wouldn't even have, even if I traded the 15-minute, there's still closed below on the 15-minute on GJ.
Is there a top wick on that or no?
No top wick on it. I don't like that.
Me too.
I don't like if, but yeah, Chad, there's the...
Gold is setting up for that reversal right now as well. Just have a look.
Yeah, there's your 5-minute. Yeah, that's holding in there. How did the 15 close? Oh, 15 is going to
Still
close.
open, yeah, next 2 minutes. And if it's something like this, it would be the flip.
Yeah, so for me, what I like about gold is that this is basically your little structure flip for the SMC guys. There's your change of character, because that was the lower high that took out these lows. And look what happened there. We're starting to create some type of a shift. And then also for the SMC guys, this is also your supply demand flip. That was a supply, and now it could change into a demand. So you use it the other way around. If it's not respected, you will now use this as your landing pad to drive higher. And again, just showing you guys how all of these concepts talk to the same thing. You just call it a supply and demand flip. Somebody will call it a breaker. Another guy will call it a taker. Other guy will call it a pip pony. And we all trading the same thing. You just belong to a different cult. I actually like it.
Me too. I love the flip of this 15 right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Are you taking, or are you just taking, just visually representing it?
Just visually represented it. My rule is one and done. No matter how sexy a setup looks.
Oh, let's see how it plays. Let's see the 5. Personally, for me, on the 5, Chad, I would just want a minor structure break here. So by the time that candle closes, Miles would already be in. But I would want a nice minor structure break, a lot of retest there. So once we break that, and then we've got the half round number up here, 27.55, which could be tested. 27.55. So let's see. Very, very nice zone here. Who's phoning me now on Instagram?
So this, for those that's curious, that's maybe not part of MFX, this would be my type 3 setup with a type 2 style execution. That 15 engulfing. Next candle makes that bottom wick and continues to drive. Because it hasn't closed relatively strong, we take it on the flip and not the break of the highs.
Sorry, say again. The flip.
Yeah, so I was saying for the MFX members, for those that maybe don't know my trading style, this would be a type 3 with a type 2 style execution, which is at 15 engulfing off of that support level. Because this isn't such a strong convicting candle, even though it has engulfed, next candle to make the bottom wick first, and as it flips, we can get involved to targeting that 10 pips, and that will be the
Why
premise.
do I
that
feel
we
like
break on
you?
the high.
Why do I feel like you took that?
No. I would have loved to take it, but I haven't. I haven't.
Why do,
No DJ in life yet.
why do I feel like you got involved there?
I think it's also quite straightforward, man, guys. Like, we can see what it's doing here. It's failing. It's failing to continue pushing further down. I don't use the hourly candle at all, but the flip of this hourly candle would also suggest that price could drive to the upside.
Ryan, yes, dude, I traded everything, my dude. There's not one. I don't know. I think most of us. I'm not even kidding. I had 42 instruments on my watch list. 42. It took me like almost 2 hours just to analyze all of them. So, I traded Euro New Zealand a lot.
Really?
Yes, dude. I don't know
Me
why.
too.
Because
I did that in AUD.
because you know why? I traded, I was just looking at it and I still traded. And that's actually, Chad, if I have to say there was one moment in my trading that hooked me for life was that news event. I told you guys I was having a cigarette in the garage. I had my couch in the garage, not allowed to smoke in the house. And I'm sitting with massive drawdown. And I'm like, yes, can this thing just go up? I've been seeing these raids for like 2 days. And round about 12 o'clock that night, I'm like pulling that cigarette and I'm looking at the charts, no stop losses. And all of a sudden, it's like, almost looks like the Matrix. Your screen starts like running. And it's all just blue. And I'm like, what just happened? I didn't even know there was fundamentals back then. And it was an interest rate decision in New Zealand. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my goodness. I think I closed out for like that next morning, 50 or 60K. And I was like, nah, bro, that's 9 to 5. That broke me mentally. I could never look at the 9 to 5
Again.
ever with the same.
I think there is that time in your trading where you're just like,
It was
you
mad.
like that's why like I get so many, like I've stumbled upon so many people that will trade, then they'll quit. But because they've been exposed to what trading is capable of providing you with, they can't.
No, you can't.
Like-
That's why I say it's a blessing and a curse in a way.
Very close to the TP1 on this position. TP2 for me is going to be this area right there of the bodies. That just happens to be 20 pips. And then your overall TP is still there.
I was considering taking this if we created a bottom wick first, but so you don't really execute on a 5 minute. You purely use it for like
Areas.
just checking
Areas.
it.
Yeah. So that'll be TP1, boys. So I would have went to break even there. Well done. Yeah, so I'm also use it as almost similar to what you mentioned earlier on, the retest vibe, and see if it has come
Yeah.
back and actually grab liquidity again.
Okay.
I'd rather like use it for like that.
Oof, wait.
So yeah, man, gold was a good one.
Yeah, Chad, I was this is what I mentioned, what I would like to see. This for me is valid. Oof, there she goes. This for me is valid. There's your retest. There's that zone we mentioned this morning. So we had a lot of breaks in, breaks out. Break in, break out. Limp Bizkit, eh? That's Limp Bizkit. Chad, that's how my brain works. Immediately, Limp Bizkit. But this one was beautiful. There's your hold. There's your minor structure break. And there's the break on the high. How much would it have given you? Also that barely 10 there. But the idea now is that it could push up to here. to that next half round there. That's about 17 pips. And yeah, very, very nice trade if you got involved with that. And then Nasdaq holding that zone we spoke about, Asia highs. Next big hurdle for the bulls is going to be here, and then after that it's that daily level there, that daily zone up here. Limp Biscuit, kids of today when kids.
And then for those that this isn't financial advice, just by the way, but for those that are in what I would have done according to my plan and my situation and my all that stuff, I would move my trading stock to TP1 right now. Because you've got TP2, that's 20 pips in the bag. That's already 30 pips called for the day, if not more.
Ryan, dude, I would analyze all of that stuff every single day. I think all of us at this mental thing where you felt you're missing out. Like somewhere there's a setup happening and you have to be on top of all of it. Like you wanted to be in the market all the time. It's crazy, that mindset when you just start trading where you feel you're missing out. It's like you want to be partaking in the market all the time.
Christian, as also I got a DM now saying, do you mind please going through NAS if that is possible?
Yeah, I will chat. Let's go through it.
Miles, do you use prop firms? No, my brother. When I started trading in 2017, prop firms wasn't a thing, so I'm purely personal capital.
What was your favorite guy? I enjoyed the Daniel Light and
Really?
Stivey Blue.
I'm happy you didn't say Camel, because that's
No. I smoked Camel Lights for a bit, but it stinks, man, dude. I smoked Marlboro. Stinks. Stinks heavy. I smoked Mills for a while. While I was at, Mills, the one without the filter. That's actually quite a lacquer cigarette. I smoked, what is that American one? The toasty, is it Lucky Strike? Yeah, I think it's Lucky Strike.
Yeah, with the star on it.
Lucky Strike.
That is Lucky Strike.
The circle, yeah. Also quite a lacquer cigarette. The only thing that, so my aunt and them, they smoked the high voltage stuff, Stivey Red. So if I didn't have a cig and I had to pull on one of those Stivey Reds, yep.
Yeah, that's like a C4 stick.
Dude, that thing has got voltage in it. It was like if I'm out of cigs, I always stole my mom's cigarette. She was smoking Courtly, which changed into Daniel. So it's bought by Daniel now.
The long one, eh?
Yeah, the block, the little block case, the Courtly blocks. So, and then one morning while I'm at uni, my mom comes into my room and she's like, "Listen, I can't afford maintaining both of us smoking. Like, you need to start buying your own cigs." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Every night, randomly, there's just cigs disappearing." And I'm like, "I didn't smoke." She's like, "Listen, I'm much older than you. I was where you are. I know when you go sit in the bathroom, that window goes open, see a little bit of smoke out the door. Like, you can't bullshit a bullshitter." I'm like, all right. I'll buy my own cigs. She's like, "Don't worry, I'll buy some cigs, but stay out of my cigs." And but yeah, I think I ended my smoking career on Stuyvesant Blue.
That's the more weak one, but it smokes for longer.
Stuyvesant Blue.
Yeah.
It's not that weak. It's just a lacquer. It doesn't stink so much. It still stinks, but like the other stuff, yes, my dude, you smell like a kaya that just burned down. It's I'm kak bleak about this gold. Yeah, beautiful to see. You never smoked, eh?
I did but it wasn't like smoking. It was more just social smoking.
Okay.
So with your blouse, you're still at twos there. And like,
what did you smoke?
Oh, we were OGC4s, Peter Stuyvesant.
Peter
The red one.
The red.
The red.
No, dude. Nah.
That was a...
Nah.
That was a smacker.
That Camel Light, the blue pack, not a bad thing. Rothmans, I was a Rothmans red is also not bad. Nizam, I have to be honest, if I had to choose, if there wasn't cigarettes, we would get Rothmans red. Not a bad cigarette. The blue is not lacquer, but the red, Hey Chris, out of curiosity, from the stats of VF, what would you say is the average lifespan of funded account? For example, someone gets funded. Eugene, there's quite a few guys that have actually gotten, I think, up to 4 payouts on the same account. The unfortunate thing with the funded traders is they trade very well up until they get their first payout, and once the account is risk free, they go all in, which is an unfortunate thing. I always tell the guys a prop account is an asset. So they trade it very well up until they get their refund, their first payout, and it's like, fuck it, let's full send it. And most of them lose their account then.
Chesterfield, jeez. Hectic.
I'm going to be honest, I do think cigs are easier to stop than vape. Yo.
I'll let you stop everything, just like, okay, I'm done. And I'll stop. I haven't drank or smoked in like 7 years.
Dude, you know what I miss about a cigarette is when you light that cigarette and it's quiet. Say a nice cold morning, you have a sip of your coffee.
Oh, that's
like
like the bathroom for me.
But you light it, and as you pull it like hard, like, and you got like a little bit of a crackle, like,
yeah.
and you actually check it, and you actually pull your eyes a little bit as well. It's like,
Chris is reminiscing. He's gonna want to end you after this.
oh, and a little bit of a head rush. And, it's like and then you just go back for a second one, like you just want to really charge it. And you look at it, it's like,
So people that smoke is probably gonna go.
I won't. Chad, when was it? I think it was a couple of months ago, and I lit a cigarette for somebody, and dude, I was like, how did we smoke this? Like, I'm honest, I would rather vape than smoke. Like, smoking is cack, my bro. Juice, start small, my brother. We've chatted about it. Start small. Miles, what was your lot size when you started?
That will be a 0.01.
All right.
Actually, I'm lying though. The first account ever I funded, you know what happened, eh? I saw 001s, but in my head, because I've never traded before, I thought you must press 001 until it says no more margin.
Wait. Let's go through it again.
So obviously this was probably like the first week I ever stumbled about trading. Funded like a $200 account. XM still gave a 100% bonus.
Yeah.
So it was $400 and I traded every pair. I'm 001ing every pair until my margin was full up. No more free margin.
So you
nothing.
thought you had to use that.
I thought that was how you do it. And then I left it. Next thing I know, hey, we're floating dollars here. But obviously at that point I never knew that we should close these trades, and cheers, $200.
But that's the thing. The margin is there to be used, so you got to use it. Why have the margin and not use it?
That was my mental saying. I'm like, okay, margin.
Why?
I gotta use it, right? It's free because I said free. I was like free. I'm like,
free
down.
margin.
Let's
You
do
have
it.
to use it. Chad, that gold was beautiful. Flip.
How far deep are we right now? So we pushed about 32 pips. So for me personally, this is where I would move that trading stop to 20. So on full position, I would walk away with nothing less than 20 pips right now.
Molds, that cigarette take 15 years to burn out. Just go off that thing. That thing is a beast. Yo, Chad, but for the guys that smoke, if you nip a cig, how strong is that nippy? And
How
it
strong
makes
is that smell?
it makes your pack stink, my bro.
Pongs.
That nip.
Absolute ponger.
Yo, but that nip is strong, my dude.
Mm.
Chad, if you want to really get vaulted, nip a Stevie Red and come back for that nip. That nip will... Yo. So listen here.
Yeah.
That Barcelona trip I did with my NBA group.
Yeah.
Land in Doha. Going to the smoking room. my dude, Chad, like Doha Airport, you guys need to do something in there. Miles, I walked in to the back section where I was still vaping and I want to sit down, not cigarette, just vape. I just want to sit down. Like, by the time I got to the back, I'm like, all right, I'm charged, just walk out again. Like, clouds, but smoke, like pipes, cigars. Like, when I got in there, I'm like, dude, this place is burning down. Like, you will, yo, no, the Owen smoke in there.
Amar, just to answer that question, according to my plan and my strategy, my brother, there is no way we can short price right now. In my honest opinion, this is not a place that I personally would short.
So no man's
it's literally
a GJ, you mean?
Oh, sorry, GJ. Sorry, my guys, my bad. So on GJ, according to my plan and my strategy, this is not selling territory. This you can't even personally.
You can't do
I
anything.
can't do anything. I can't buy.
Sell.
It's literally flying right now. It's doing Aladdin's carpet and it's chilling.
Shandu, please do me a favor. Go check on the Vault Funder website. Everything is explained there. Then also go on our homepage. Go to the Vault Funder YouTube channel. Everything is explained there in depth. If you go to the YouTube channel, Vault Funder YouTube, I've done a lot of videos as well. It's just picking up all of that. So all of the videos are there for you as well. So go videos, all of those FAQs you're asking about, all of them are there. Please go through it. And then if you don't find your answer there, then come back to the streams. All right.
So you can see there on this position, I would have just managed my stop a little bit more and put it at the low of this current 30. And then that would be a full position of 22 if it does end up stopping the position out.
No, bro, Gunston. And Gilawaz. Whoa, Gilawaz. Nila, dude, the one in Doha is exactly. It's not a glass box. It's like a room, but it's like they purposefully made sure that there's no ventilation. They just made sure, like, you guys want to smoke, we are gonna nuke you for smoking. Just the amount of secondhand smoke you get there, it's like, dude, I can't even smoke anything. Like, I'm already smoked just walking through all of these people. Bro, we gotta chat about this. Let's say, this gold was clean.
Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so that would be the position there, boys.
27.55, it's rejecting off that. Chad, is that 27.55 half round number? That's usually half round number to half round number. This was 27.50. There it held. There 27.55. $5 grids. That was a
clean.
Dude, I'm clean because my.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's fine.
It's okay. Tomorrow's another day. We do the same thing we do every day, and that is chow the markets. That would have been a beautiful 23 banger right there. That would have been what? So far, according to my plan strategy, we're up about over 30 pips just for this morning. So, look for me. There's always going to be moves in the market. There's always going to be moves in the market. So, for anybody out there, there should never be a point of FOMO. There should never be a point of, I should have taken it. It is what it is. There's always going to be opportunities. If you be consistent and all you have to do is just be there. That's the beginning of everything. Just show up. Show up to the charts every day. Whether you're on a losing streak, winning streak, whatever, as long as you're showing up every day to the charts and putting in the grind, you're already doing the first initial step. So for me, it's never a point where I should have done this or I should have taken that or I missed it or whatever. It's none of that. If your plan arises, take the plan. If you miss the trade, it is what it is. Tomorrow, you got it. That's why I'm very adamant about my rules. 1 and done, 10 is 10, I'm done. I compound that every day, and I think now all the live trades that I've taken for the year should be just over 3,000 pips, and the losses should be just under 1,000, and that is with that 87% win rate. So there was many trades that was missed, there was trades that was won, there was trades that was lost, but the overall picture is always understanding that your long term is what you focus on. Miles, am I correct in saying your TPs are 10 pips apart? Not all of them. TP1 is going to be 10 pips. TP2 is based upon liquidity areas. So liquidity areas was there, and then my final TP is based upon my overall area target. So depending on how much zones there are, but if you watch how I trade every day, all I'm looking for every day is between 10 and 20 pips. If I can do 10 and 20 pips every single day, and I can compound that according to my strategy and my plan, it puts me in a profitable state. Week after week, month after month, year after year. We haven't dropped percentage in the past 5 years. We just stay above 80%. And that is by just sticking to my rules every day. Miles, you don't use funded accounts at all. Does the ROI not interest you too much? Look, I feel like funded accounts is awesome if you don't have the capital. I do have the capital. I don't want to get into that, but I am trading more than what a funded account can offer me. So it's not a need for me to have it. But funded accounts is great, guys. It's an awesome way to gear yourself into a position to trade the finances you don't have. So it's awesome. And I feel like even if you aren't passing your fundeds in the first couple of tries, it's definitely putting you in a position that can solidify your discipline. I've seen it happen with my personal students as well. So funded is definitely awesome. What I want you to do, Mr. NTO CEO, go to my Instagram. Check my links over there. You'll see the broker that I use. You'll see my links there. You'll see everything that is there. You can see it there. If you want to join MFX, it's all there. By the way, doors close for MFX in 3 days. Friday, I'm closing doors. There's literally 2 seats left. I'm not taking on any new members. We are just focusing on the clientele that we have right now, being compliant with the FSC regulation. Just focus on the current clientele. And then I'll open doors 2025 again. So if you want to be part of that, go to my IG. You can check all the links is over there. There's 2 seats left. And doors will be closed Friday. So this is both charts is on gold, brother, Mr. William. But yeah, for me regarding account types, I just want zero spread accounts. But I'm very adamant about the broker that I use personally, because the broker for me is a big deal. Withdrawals, deposits, spreads, all that jazz. Look your face. Now I'm just. Yeah, so that's my IG handle, Miles VW. You guys can check that out. All the links is in my bio. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, Owens. My ears is chalked, eh? My ears is absolutely chalked. I am partnered with HFM, but check the link in my IG and you'll see the link to that. So click on the link, you can register through that. It's not financial advice. That is just a broker that I use. Rocks, I'm telling you, dude. My ears is, bro, morto. Nah, do your thing, bro. But y'all, regarding pairs, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm done for the day. We called GJ. GJ was an absolute stunner. Obviously, I just got 10 out of that, but she ended up running a whopping 50 pips. And then Gold as well. She was a stunner. She ended up running to where that trading stop would be. That would be 23 pips. So across the board, both pairs just slaughtered today. Most important, though, that I hope that you guys have learned something today. I'm pretty much done for the day, guys. Any questions, feel free to ask. But yeah, that's both pairs for me during this London. We are approaching that later time now as well, where the main volume has started in the beginning of the session. You are approaching that 12 o'clock area, so we might see a bit more of sluggish momentum. But both trade entry criteria have been met and they're gone. There's no ways that I would be able to take gold at this point, nor would I be able to take GJ at this point. It's literally no man's land. Could gold sell once it reaches the highs? That I can't tell you that. I wouldn't know. You would have to see how price reacts according to your plan and your strategy at that point, and then trade accordingly. For me personally, though, it's you can't say. I have to get to that point and see the confluences. Remember, I'm a day trader, so I look at the intraday, I look at what's happening overall, but I focus a lot on what's happening right now. Miles on GJ, you took 10 pips without trailing stops or anything, and if you took gold, you would have trailed SL, gotten 20 pluses. Why trail the one and not the other? Because the sentiment was different. On gold, we had room to drive. On GJ, we didn't. Because GJ was approaching this area. You see that? So GJ was approaching that area there. That was the thing there. With GJ approaching that high volatility area, it was a high probability that it could reject. And that's what it did. It literally tapped into the area and started driving down. And that's when my break even got tapped. Because I was spread. So I couldn't trade it any which way. Compared to gold, this thing literally pulled me in and started to pump to TP. You with me? Two different vibes. So that's the discretion that you'll, how can I say? It's discretion that you'll learn through trading the way I trade. So there's just certain things that I do differently. But essentially it's the exact same strategy overall, but there's certain points where my discretion will be different, so I'll do things slightly different. Gold 1 minute shot, bro. I don't use the 1 minute at all, bro. I use the weekly, daily, 4 hour, 30 and 15 and 5. So my weekly, daily 4 hour is for my overall analysis. My 30 minutes is to find my intraday levels, and then my 15 and 30 is for execution, and my 5 is just to find the current areas of support resistance. Miles question, do you use fixed stop loss with a 10 pip TP? No. But there's an average. So on GJ, we're looking at about a 20-25 max 30 pip stop loss, and gold, we're looking at a max like 35 pip stop loss. But I use a fixed lot based off of a 30 pip stop loss, according to my strategy, my plan, my risk, all that jazz. So for me, I use fixed slots overall. What's for lunch, guys? What is for lunch? We're approaching lunch. I haven't had breakfast yet, so I think I'm going to have a quick brunch after this. I think today is a sushi day.
No, I gave away my bicycle. I was at a birthday party. I don't know if it's the Holy Spirit that told me that, but we were chatting, and the birthday party where me and my son was, his daughter is in his class, and we were chatting about bicycles. And I've got this KTM road bike, not a physical, it's like a bicycle.
Yeah,
KTM.
like a mountain bike vibe.
No, it's a road bike. So
oh, okay, like a thin tire vibe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's like, yo, he's just on a mountain bike, this and that, and something's like, just give him the bike. And I'm like, bro, I've got a KTM at home. Do you want it? You can have it. He's like, what do you mean I can have it? I'm like, dude, it's got a Shimano 105 gearing setup. I changed the front, what do you call it? The
sprocket.
Yeah, sprocket, whatever the gearing front, I changed it to a 5438 or something. And he's like, dude, no man, I'm like, dude, here's my address, come pick it up. And he just came to pick it up now.
Lovely. So you don't have a bike at all anymore?
No, I still have my mountain bike.
Okay, we need to go ride.
Do you have a mountain bike?
Yeah, cycle. We need to go do a little ride.
I don't know, Chad. I've given away a lot of stuff. It's just like me. Somebody would say, but bro, you really know the guy. It's like, dude, I don't know. It's just if the Spirit of God tells me give it away, you give it away.
When did that happen?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
When did you start your water fast?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay.
Yeah. So I just gave it away. It's I don't even know what it's a KTM Strada 1000.
I didn't even know KTM made road bikes like cycle.
Oh
bikes.
yeah, they've got a few like KTM Strada. Obviously the newest stuff. I think. Hey man, what did I do? But I did it. Yeah, Chad, it's this bike here, KTM Strada 1000. Quite a nice road bike. I just changed that and I changed some other stuff on it. Don't tell my wife. You're my wife is all. I'm just okay. £1,000. Yeah, maybe he pays it forward now. Anyways, it's gone. That's a seed in the ground. I don't know what it means. Maybe it was a prayer that he had, and his prayer was answered. And maybe his faith is now like, oh my goodness. Yeah, and he's telling maybe a story like, I prayed for a road bike, and you wouldn't believe. Saturday, this random guy
just gave me a road bike.
Gave me a road bike.
That's how it happens. I mean,
it's like now that becomes a little testimony for
others. Yeah.
Yeah, I tapped out at 24 hours. Yeah, Chad. And then after I had dinner, I was finished. I told Miles now, I went to bed and I told my wife I was like physically exhausted. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do what I did in the old days where I fasted every Wednesday for my home cell. I will fast for all of us here, for our businesses, for our families, for everything. And then I'll build into it. Like I think the idea beforehand sounded amazing. And then last night when I got home, I was on the edge of saying I'm pulling through. And I told my wife, like, yes, dude, the headaches. That's obviously your body detoxing itself. And I said, no. Not on a Monday, Tuesday, NFP week. Yeah, by Wednesday I would have been finished. Yes, you know, it is tough. It is tough.
Yeah, so gold should tap the level 2756 now after breaking those highs. 2756. Let's say 2757, that round number.
The reason behind staying away from the 1 minute.
A
lot of guys trade the 1 minute. A lot of stock traders, it's price action is price action. We've said it so many times. Price action is price action. That let's go to gold, for instance, guys. Let's break it down quickly. Miles, you're on the 15-minute there, eh?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even see that question. Sorry there, Dale.
So let's look at this candle in isolation. So the idea here for Miles was it's a bullish engulfing. It made a bottom wick there, tested that zone. So within that 15-minute candle on the flip, you could have taken it. Even on the break of the high, you could have taken it. Now, that engulfing candle on a 5-minute time frame was purely a continuation structure where they had tested. There was your minor break. Now, if you go onto the Discord, the free Discord, and you go to education. I want to just show you guys quickly here the buy scenario, the buy continuation setup. Let's quickly go here. And all it really is this. And I actually have all of the setups for you guys there. Exclamation Discord. So now we've got that buy setup. Let's quickly get both here for you guys. So on the 5 minute, it gave you a buy continuation. All right, there's your buy continuation. There's your minor break of structure. Let me just make sure you guys can see it. Go wait. And now let's quickly do the reversal buy setup. So both setups, one time frame giving you the reversal buy setup, and the other one giving you the continuation setup. So let's just quickly go. Let's just go here quickly. Let me just bring both on for you. So on the 5 minute, we've got the continuation setup. All right, there's your minor, there's your little resistance level, there's your minor break of structure, and you expect price to continue. Now going on to the 15 minute, now you've got the reversal buy setup. All right, at a key level, depending on where that key level was. In this case, there was 2. There was the daily R1, which you could have had there, or your weekly R1. So either way, those were your 2 key levels, and there was your engulfing, and there you go. So again, price being fractal, on the one time frame, it will give you a buy continuation. On the other time frame, it will give you a buy reversal. So if you want to do this on a 1 minute, obviously you're not going to go for the extended targets because there's going to be fractal price action within that 1 minute. But ultimately, even on the 1 minute, it gave you the idea that there was your high, there was your pullback, there was your 1 minute engulfing. That was your basically your resistance level. If you didn't wait for that, you could have waited for your 1 minute break of structure there. There was your 1 minute break of structure. There was even a retest there. So price is fractal in nature. And again, even like that little 5 minute setup, check here, this is a 1 minute chart. You wouldn't know if there wasn't a timestamp, but let me just quickly snip this for you. This 1 minute here, this 1 minute here is basically fractal of the 5 minute. Check the 5 minute setup we spoke about. There's your 5 minute setup we spoke about. Let me paste the 1 minute. How would you know the difference if I showed you this? You don't even know what time this is. There's the 1 minute, there's the 5 minute. Price is fractal, Chad. It's not rocket science there. If I showed you this, Miles, and I said, what's the difference here? And I didn't give you any context, you wouldn't be able to tell me that. You would say, bro, it looks the same.
Yeah.
But then I come out and I say, Miles, this here is on the 1 minute. This is on the 5 minute. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Does that make sense, Chad? And somewhere you're going to pay for this. Somebody's going to charge you $500. Believe it or not. Eugene, I think there's 2 things though. There's 2 things with the Robbins. He's trading a small account. He's trading a $10,000 account. He's trading it for himself. When you go to a big firm and you're in a corporate environment and you get paid to perform, it's a different ball game. Like Miles now, for instance, he can trade his own capital. If I come to Miles and I say, Miles, here's $1 million, or here's even say $4 million. Miles, we expect you to do X. We expect this, we expect that. This is your compliance, this is that. Miles all of a sudden will feel a different pressure to the pressure he's been feeling because he hasn't been conditioned to experience that type of pressure. That is why when I had the chat with Shaquille many years ago, and I said, Shaq, you're very young, don't do a PAM, don't do a copy trading. I said there's a different element of, there's a different psychological element when other people's money is at risk. And I said with it being a very small type of thing, I said you directly, there's no defense around you. Clients can directly message you like, hey bro, what the fuck's going on? The PAM is down 10%. I borrowed money to put in this account, and now all of a sudden you're carrying all of that emotional baggage with you in your trading.
Yeah.
Now before you take a trade, it's like, Miles, dude, I took a home loan and I just want to let you know this has to work for me. Now Miles is not thinking about himself. Now Miles is thinking, yeah, dude, there's somebody that took a home loan. Shit, this trade needs to work, because you feel what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why most of these guys, you can do well on your personal account, you can do well on a prop account, you can do well everywhere, but a portfolio manager is a different game.
Definitely. No, I totally agree with that. Like even for us that just do the calls on live stream, with your like it on, you know what's happening.
Yeah.
So you got to be like, I have to be 100% sure when I pull this thing on my screen, right? Even though it's not financial advice, even though I'm not telling anybody to take none of that. When I pull this thing on the screen and I take the position, I need to be 100% sure that I'm going to win.
Chad, that's why we say trading is psychological. That's why I can show you my strategy. Our strategy is there for free anyways. And there's still guys that can't trade. And there's still guys that make mistakes. There's still guys that can't get profitable. We take trades here live every day. There's still guys that are net negative at the end of the month. The big game in trading is the psychology. And once you master that, then obviously things change. But that's why, yeah, you can't just go like, hey, dude, I saw you made 400% in the Robbins World Cup with a $10,000 account. Like, here's $50 million of our portfolio. We would love for you to just manage that. The guy would fold. The guy would fold unless they put him aside, let's say a CIO, a Chief Investment Officer, and the Chief Investment Officer is like, all right, Miles, bring me your thesis for, because remember, you can't scalp on those portfolios. Your position sizing is just too big. You won't get filled. So, Miles, okay, so you say we should take GJ longs, all right, based off what? No, based off this, that. Okay. Miles, but have you considered the BOJ intervening with the currency? Have you looked at that Six Sigma risk that potentially can come through? No, Chris, I haven't. All right, Miles, I think instead of going $10 million on the position, why don't we give ourselves a little bit of leeway? Let's go $7 million. And now you've got somebody guiding you. And that's why mentorship, not even in trading, in life in general, is important. Because that mentorship is the soundboard for you to say, but have you thought about this? Because while you're in it and you're running and you're doing this and you're doing that, you're not always guided. There's not always a guiding light to say, hey, Miles, this is the right way how to do your personal finance. This is the wrong way. So I was very thankful for my mentor. He retired now. I think he's retiring at the end of the year in the engineering field. I still remember my very first day very, very well. And I said, listen, dude, I'm not here to draft drawings. I'm here to do designs. And he gave me this little project and he said, all right, go. And I come back with like 50 pages of calculations. I come here, I'm like, dude, look at this. And Chad, what he literally did was he looked at it and he's like, young man, literally, he's like, young man, wat is hierdie? Ek sê nee, hierdie is my designs. And he looks at it and he literally went like this. I'm like, what is, it's like, nee, seun. Gaan kry vir daai swart boekie, that black Croxley book. He's like, get that book, come sit here with me. He's like, that's beautiful. He's like, that university stuff. We'll never get projects out if you do that. Yeah,
Sure.
let me show you. And again, that's that mentorship, and it showed me a lot of tricks of the trade. I could design a building within 15 minutes. Could have like not for the engineers in the chat, not bending schedules and all of that. I'm just talking beam depths, width, your punching for your columns, your bases, foundations, all of that. I can design an entire building in 15 minutes. Again, based off averages, based off ratios that is according to SANS. But if I didn't know that, I would sit there doing all of these Mursche calculations. And yeah, this man is like, gave me a little list and boom. Till this day, I can't forget how to be an engineer. That's why I get. I've had people ask me advice, and I give my advice when it comes to structures. Nee, maar hierdie ingenieur sê jy weet en dan sê ek ja nee, sê vir daai ingenieur sien hom by die kruis. Hy moet sy siel gered kry. Then I hear the engineers from Joburg, and I'm like, yeah, no, now I know why. Johannes Arm, dude, he literally, when, if I think about it now, till this day, very simple concepts. We've done high-rise buildings, we've done swell raft foundations, we've done piling, and very, very simple techniques. It just comes with experience. You pick up on those ratios, and that's, yeah. I loved the engineering. The one thing I hated was contractors became a legal game. The guys were always under quoting when they did their tenders and their BOQs. And then what they did is, as soon as the project started, now they're thinking of ways how to make up that money that they didn't account for. For instance, for the engineering guys that know, once you get onto site, the first thing they ask is, where's my eaves beam schedule? And I'm like, dude, there's not even a flippin' site office on the site, and you want the eaves beam bending schedule. Are you retarded? And they would ask the architect, listen here, we want all of the window and door schedules. And then immediately right there, according to the GCC or your JBCC, they immediately notify, boom, this is not. And contractually, it's right what they're saying, because when the project starts, you have to do, but no project, they already have all of that ready when you get onto site. So then it's just immediately, this man underquoted, and he's out to hurt you.
Eugene, what was my profession before trading? Just before trading, I was still studying. I'm not that old, guys. I'm not that old.
Yeah, my profession before I started trading was this. Chad. Yes, that thing.
But before I studied, I was in the profession of pimp. We used to look after midget strippers and then make sure that they all sorted on weekends. We did that for about like 2 years.
Chad, for me, the crazy thing with engineering was that I've done some, Chad, like, if I had honestly had to like submit some of those designs, like, Chad, I'm talking about stuff you don't find in textbooks or handbooks. Shit that kept me awake at night. Where I would run the simulations on it and it works. And then it's like, dude, but this hasn't been done. Like this, like what am I doing? Why did I get myself into a situation where I'm doing a I think it was 6.7 meter cantilever with a 1 meter overhang on the other side? It's like, it shouldn't be done. And you make it work, and it's like, you get there. I'll never forget it. We did the engineering building at UPE, and the contractor phones me. There was 175 tons of steel that went into that one slab, and I think it was almost half a meter thick. And he phoned me, and I get on site, and I check the rebar, and I'm like, yeah, this thing's gonna be on the ground. It's like, what am I doing here? Go back to the office. That CEO of us, I said, dude, I'm a mess. He's like, what's wrong? I said, I've checked this design. I've checked it over and over. Do me a favor. Please recheck it with me. And he's like, Marissa, cancel all my meetings. He's like, bring me your design file. Bring me the Procon model. Let's check it. Spent like an entire day going through everything. We're about to cast concrete. And everything works. And it's like, dude, it works. Like, what are you scared of? I'm like, dude, on plan, like, it didn't look so big. When I was on site, I was like, holy shit, what are we doing? This is a massive overhang. And we casted this. So you never let a contractor know you are stressing about something. So I told the contractor, I'm like, listen, when you guys start stripping the formwork, just keep a few touch props just like 20 mils away. Like, I'm just concerned about the long-term deflection. But in the meantime, I'm thinking this fucking thing is going to lay on the ground. Like, people are going to lose their life. And he phones me, and I'm like, also, please do a survey on the levels before you strip. And then I want every day, every 24 hours, I want you guys to survey the levels so we can measure the short-term deflection. And the guys are like, why? I'm like, no, it's just a very intricate design. In the meantime, I'm at home stressing bullets. Like, every morning I phone the contractor. I'm like, hey, how's that slab looking? He's like, no, man, this thing is rock solid. And then kept that touch props there for a while, and I was like, okay, shit, this thing actually works. And you know, that thing is still standing, Chad, but fuck me, that thing gave me many sleepless nights. Show us your overhang. That. Yeah, no. Nazam, one project that gave me, it's not the new projects that gave me sleepless nights. We had a hack and bash job where the client wanted columns reconfigured on a 4-story building. Listen to this, chat. Columns reconfigured on a 4-story building. So we cast the new columns into place. Just under the slab, we start breaking the holes for the new columns, and you mesh it in. For the guys that don't know, like the rebar, there's a punching effect with the columns. So, like, if the point area is too small, it's almost, think about your finger when you push it into the sand, and think about if you try and push your hand into the sand. You need surface area for that pressure to be transferred over a bigger area. That's effectively just what a foundation is. You take that point load or that linear load and you just transfer it to a bigger surface area. So we cast the columns, we prop all of the floors, and we start casting the new columns and we start breaking the old ones. All of the floors are propped, and I get to site, and the thing how it was supposed to be done is we were supposed to take it level by level. So once the new columns are set, then we cut out the old columns and we go on. Nazam will know. Nazam, I get to the site. That contractor not prop all of the floors, cut all of the columns. I get there, I'm like, where's the columns? He's like, what do you mean, where's the columns? I'm like, did you not read the drawings? Like, check the general notes. Like, I gave you the steps. He's like, we don't have time for that. We took out all the columns. Bro, 4-story building, Miles, with no columns, just touch props. I'm like, yeah, my dude. Now I've got an aneurysm forming in my head. And I'm like, yeah, my dude, what did you do now? I'm like, you can't just knock out the columns and all of these floors are on touch props. And stuff like that, Nazam. And now I'm like, yeah, just get in those new columns, please, my bro. You are... No, those hack and bash jobs.
Okay, boys, what you saying? Miles, what did you do before trading, bro? So obviously I started trading at, I would say, a young age. I started trading when I was 21. So prior to that, obviously I was in high school, and then after that, I started working in high school already. I got my first job when I was 15. So started working since then. After high school, went to a bit of insurance, and then I studied a BCom. During my BCom, I then found trading, and then I dropped out, and yeah, I am where I am right now. What took me into trading? Me? So I think it was just seeing other people that was 19 years old driving Porsches, to be very honest with you. Not knowing at the time that it was obviously their mommy's Porsche, but I guess somehow I had to be roped into it. For me, I've been a hustler since a very young age, man. So for me personally, it was always looking for the way to make more money, And when I stumbled upon trading, it was understanding that, look, I did a course, by the way. So even though I got scammed, because I did get scammed, so even though I got scammed, I did see the light in trading. And I saw there's a lot of potential in this. I just obviously have to find my own route through it. So yeah. I literally, I can go finish my BCom. I have a year left. That's how deep I was in. But I won't. There's no need for it. No offense, there's nothing wrong with studying this, by the way. It's just not for me. Yeah, look, it's not something I'd recommend. I always tell the guys, when you go into trading, this is not financial advice, by the way, but when you go into trading, you don't want to have emotions in it where you're dependent on trading to make money immediately. So that was me. So I always recommend that you start off by having trading as a side hobby, a side hustle, secondary, and then work your way up to make it something that can be more than your salary, you know, before you take that leap of faith. By leap of faith, you guys know what I mean. But then again, your why is very important. You got to understand why you want to trade. What is the reason for you trading? What do you want out of trading? For me, it was simple. Yeah. Look, I also feel like through your journey as well, you will have your doubts and you will be like, shit, myself. Like, say, for example, like I obviously worked before. So it was to a point where I had, my first year was shit. I'm not going to lie. So for me, it was like, should I just last this and just go back to working for somebody? And then I had that thought and it just then dawned on me, but what if I just continue? What if I continue pushing? What if years from now I do make it? And obviously time spoke for itself. So it was just persistence of mind. For me, it's for the 3 F's, man. Financial freedom, freedom of time, freedom of choice, and freedom of finance. That's because I mean, you can make money anywhere. You can run a business, you can make money anywhere. Even though trading can make a shitload of money, realistically, you can make money anyway. Not everybody that is rich in the world is traders. However, I really love that trading provides me with the freedom that I have. It provides me the choice of I don't have to trade every day. I don't have to take every trade I see. Because what time did that first trade finish? That first trade ended. I literally jumped onto stream with you guys. I took a trade and I was done just after 9. So technically, if I wasn't streaming, I would be done by just after 9. And then I can go and do whatever else I do in my life. You with me? So that's what I wanted just always. I just wanted to be able to have time in my hands, be able to do what I want to do, and then also have the financial freedom. It did come at a price though. I had to sacrifice a lot. But I feel like that's just the life of an entrepreneur. As a business person, you gotta pay the price somehow, and that is you sacrificing something. Whether it be a relationship or friendship or time spent doing something else in your early years or whatever. Yeah, so for me, I gave up the partying, I gave up all that stuff. I just focused on my bag. From a young age, I focused on my bag very early. My thing was just this: I don't smart to follow the normal life route where you're working until you're 60 and then you can enjoy life. I don't see myself driving a Lambo at 60 and enjoying it, where I can drive a Lambo in my 30s and enjoying it differently. That's my mindset. There's certain things I don't want to do at a different age. Yeah, 100%. But look, at the end of the day, it's all worth it. That's something that you might not see through the process, but when you take the time of reflection, you see how far you've come, you'll understand why it's worth it. And when you're able to do simple things like give your mom money or do this or pay for that, trust me, it's worth it. It's so damn worth it. But yeah, guys, for me, it's a day. I'm done for the day. I'm going to call it soon. We'll just wait for big man Chris over here, but I'm going to call it soon, boys. I'm out. We've had I feel like today was quite productive regarding just chart breakdowns and stuff like that. Obviously, for those that have taken trade, awesome. For sure, 100%, Talia. I totally agree. But yeah, I think I'll second that with Rux. Is it that like button, boys? How much are we at? 200 people, 190. Let's get the well, I guess we're on par. Okay, we're on par with the likes.
So what time do you now bargain to stream?
Now? Oh, I'm done, bro.
No, but I mean like just as a minimum, 2 hours more than enough
like
for the guys.
I feel like a 2-hour stream is more than enough. Because through that, not only are you seeing us take potential positions, but most importantly, you're learning. You know, you're learning through everything we do, and we can just chat shit. You know.
Yeah, Chad. Honestly, the positions, the moves happen. The moves happen. We caught our move here. There was the nice gold move you guys caught. Dollar index coming a little bit back here after taking Asia lows. Yeah, I was very keen for that gold, but again, it comes back to that idea of being disciplined. What me and Miles discussed here this morning. So Miles was about to leave yesterday, and I'm looking at the setup, and I told Miles, yeah, Chad, and I said, I literally had a drawn. He still asked me that I take it. Did you remember? You asked me.
I remember. Yeah.
I had a drawn
Thought
like
it was
this,
in already.
and I said, no, dude. It's like we took our win. It's Monday, but this is the expectation. And the move happened, and some of you guys sent me messages yesterday, and they were like, "Thank you, Chris, Keegan, and Miles is the best thing that's happened to the trading industry. This and that." And I'm like, "Beautiful, somebody capitalized." And then this morning, we had a discussion about this, and I said, "Miles, let's say we catch our move." And we catch another move like this, we're taking it. And both of us confirmed to say that it could be a different result where that second bullet you take takes your profit for the day.
Yeah.
And then that first one you took was the thing, and now the second one is not it.
Yeah.
So, but then you can argue the fact, Miles, that we took a position on GJ this morning, but we haven't taken a position on gold. Think about that. I'm just saying.
So if you'd more rated like you'd have separate portfolios for the pairs. Portfolio
So
for GJ, portfolio for
you
gold.
have a bullet for each,
I got you.
especially you that trade just GJ and gold, to say that you've got a bullet. Because think about this though. If you really think about it, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. You could be potentially skewing your stats on gold, because you've taken GJ, your gold setup is valid. And now the day maybe you don't take a GJ trade and you take a gold trade, you take maybe one loss, but there were maybe 3 gold trades you didn't take.
Like days
So
before.
so that skews then your your gold stats,
Yeah.
because that probability played out that fourth setup that you now take is maybe the loss, but there were 4 setups before
was
that.
profitable.
Just think about
I
that.
actually, I've never actually thought of it from that perspective. That's actually very true. what
If
you're
you
saying.
think about that, your probability or sample is maybe let's say Miles' sample size is 10 trades in a month for gold, and he only takes 2 because the other 8 days he took a GJ trade already. And now maybe those 2 gold losses were in his, let's say he's got a 80% win rate. Those 2 losses were the probable losses, but he didn't take the other 8 wins.
Yeah. I hear
Think
what you're
about
saying.
that.
Hectic. That's a
So-
good perspective to look from. Like, I've never actually thought of it from that angle.
So, Chad, but I think we're going to wrap up here, Miles. Anything you're still looking at? You done for the day?
Nah,
eh?
we done, bro. We done.
Done,
we
man.
done. 10 is 10. We are
On the
done.
bum.
I saw Ed got very happy in the chat when I mentioned on the bum.
Yes, Ed loves this rigmarole, Chad. But yeah, I think the positions were there. Please note, it is NFP week. It is already almost 2.5 hours in for me personally. You guys know what I preach. I say 2 hours. You can go through my trading plan as well. I say your highest probability setups will happen within the first 2 hours of a session. And you can say, Chris, why do you say that? And I always come back to the point that think about it, there's real trading going on. We sometimes forget that these charts are affected by real life events. There's bigger institutions that actually move the market, and when they get to their desk, they are most productive that first part of the morning. They want to get their stuff done. There's order blocks, and not order blocks in SMC. There's they've got like a order block that they need to get filled. Somebody wants to convert, say, 100 million pounds into euros, and that needs to be converted by a day. So if you guys have ever worked or basically I've advised a FX desk where people exchange their currency, and they would ask me, Chris, this client has got 50 million rand that he wants to convert into US dollars. When do you think is the best time? Like, we want a 2-day window. And then I would analyze and I'd say, okay, the best time for this guy to convert is between these 2 days. And then I'm sitting with that, and I have to throw that into the market that has to get converted. So that is the simple fact of the matter. Miles, thank you so much for another day.
Thank you, my brother.
Very nice trade there.
Thanks for the
Well
chat,
done.
for pulling up every day.
And then tomorrow night, Chad, we are dropping the pod with Miles. This one is now, hopefully we don't have to ever do another one again. We've done like fun. I'm kidding. But
I think we're getting bored of each other. Like, also, that same shit.
no, but the first one we did with Miles didn't come out right, so we had to reshoot it. So tomorrow night, Wednesday evening, I think around about 8, the Miles pod is dropping. Very good chats were had. Please check that out. And then we still have 2 days left before NFP. And Thursday, Miles, I won't be here. the morning session.
Okay.
Keegs is going to join you for that morning session.
No stress.
And Chad, myself, and Miles spoke about it. We will stream. Miles, we actually had a meeting about it this morning. I just want to confirm with you, Chad, just some logistics here this morning. We are going to continue streaming till the 20th of December. Are you happy with that? Okay, so because that weekend after it's the 23rd, then everyone is more or less
Chill vibes.
yeah, so we're going to still stream till the 20th of December. We've got some content planned for you guys over the festive season just to keep the channel alive. And then peace and love, baby. See you guys 3 p.m.
Cheers, boys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Cheers.
Warriors around, don't get caught in the mosh pit. Fuel to the fire, ain't nobody can stop it. Trouble in my city, but you know I'm across it. Got a 40 on my hip and I'm liable to spark it. Throw down these hits, my click is indivisible. I aim, you duck, I squeeze, now you invisible. I'm not afraid of getting physical. All these different chemicals are fogging up my visuals. Bloods on my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Yo, we notorious, we ain't no runners. Bloods on my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Yo, we some warriors, they ain't called gunners. Bloods on my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Bloods on my hands, got slugs on my gunners. Put on my strap, put on the beam, put on the map, put on my team. Take out every motherfucker in between. Know what I mean? Better myself, better my aim, better my rap, better my name. Killing rappers on my hang, I'm by their chains for the fame. Never thought I would it, now I'm running this. You don't wanna follow me, now I'm in front of this. I ran in the truck with the troops, trying to get it what it does. Battle in and I never lose, we some motherfucking warriors. Cover the map and still ain't know where you can find me at. Journey through the mind of an insomniac. I ain't never sleep, staying ready, keep an eye out for the fakes. For the snakes, load the clip and I'ma pull it, something shakes. Never go to battle if you plan to lose. Life a game of chess, you gotta plan the moves. Middle fingers up, I'm not a fan of rules. Fighting for the right to live in peace and not like animals.
Bloods in my hands, got slugs in my gunners. You'll be notorious, we ain't no runners. Bloods in my hands, got slugs in my gunners. These warriors, they ain't no gunners. Bloods in my hands, got slugs in my gunners. Bloods in my hands, got slugs in my gunners.
Put on my strap, put on the beam, put on the map, put on my team. Take out every motherfucker in between. Know what I mean? Better myself, better my aim, better my rap, better my name. Killing rappers on my hang, I'm by their chains for the fame. Never thought I would it, now I'm running this. You don't wanna follow me, now I'm running this. I ran in the truck with the troops, trying to get it what it does. Battle in and I ain't never lose, we some motherfucking warriors.
Jack it up. Jack it up.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our growlings when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Jimmy at Woodstock.